Hi guys, in this video I'm going to go through what a rational and what an irrational number is. So the first thing we need to know is that these are two very important keywords that we need to know for GCSE Maths. Now, a rational number is a number that can be written as a fraction. And there are three ways we can write rational numbers. And the first way is writing it out as a fraction. So this can mean any type of fraction. So for example, 2/5 is a fraction, which is a rational number. 100/4 is a rational number because it is a fraction. And so on. So we know that a fraction is a rational number because the definition of a rational number is a number that can be written as a fraction. So that's the first thing. Number two, a rational number can also be an integer. Now we know that a fraction is not an integer, it's a non-integer. However, for example, if we have 4, we can write this as 4/1. And this is a fraction, which means that it's a rational number. The third way that we can write a rational number is in the form of a reoccurring decimal. And an example of this would be 0.6 reoccurring or 0.3 reoccurring. So if we look at 0.3 reoccurring, let's focus on this one, we can rewrite this as 1/3. So here we can actually write 0.3 reoccurring as a fraction. Same we can do with this. Let's just look at this for the moment. So this is a reoccurring decimal that we can write as a fraction. So the three ways that we can look at rational numbers, and that the most common ones that we use in GCSE Maths, are in the form of fractions, integers, or reoccurring decimals. Now, if we look at an irrational number, this is a number that cannot be written as a fraction. So the only possibility of having an irrational number, or one of the most common ones, is in the form of a surd. And now a surd is taking out the square root of a number that cannot be written as a fraction or an integer. So for example, if we have the square root of 3, we can't make that into a integer. So for example, if we had root of 4, we could write 2. Now this is not a surd. This is a square root of a number and we get an integer. So this is not a surd. This, however, is a surd. So root 3 is a surd. Root 5 is also a surd. So this is an example of irrational numbers. So in summary, a rational number is something we can write as a fraction. And the three forms they come in most commonly in GCSE Maths is as a fraction, an integer, or a reoccurring decimal, because as we can see, they all come out to be fractions. However, irrational numbers is the opposite. They cannot be written as fractions because they are square roots of numbers that have never-ending decimals. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.